Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Total Voice TV. So I'm sitting here with Spencer Welch and we're in the foyer of the Radisson Hotel in Edinburgh after a wonderful voice conference, and I wanted to nab this man and talk about the lip bubble because this seems to be an exercise that has spread like wildfire through the singing community. I see a lot of people doing the lip bubble. I see people doing it badly, see people doing it great, and people not knowing how to do it. So I thought I would nab this man and see if we can make sense of all things lip bubbles. So welcome, Spencer.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So I'm a vocal coach in Vancouver, based out of Vancouver, Canada, and I'm also one of the directors of the international, what is it again? Institute for Vocal Advancement. Sorry, I've got conference brain now after 5 days of teaching, and I'm also the education director for this company that helps to train teachers around the world and certify them to continue improving their abilities as teachers, as voice teachers.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit about lip bubble. What's all this fuss about, this crazy sound that I see singers doing so much?
Sure. I mean, in the old days, they used to think, oh, I'm just warming up my lips. I'm just getting my enunciation and articulators going. And now we know it's so much more than that. In that the technical term is a semi-occluded sound, which means that your mouth is partially closed off by something. And in this case, it's by your lips. As they're closed, they are partially closing off the exit of the air and the sound waves.
Sure.
Now, the benefit of it is that some of the pressures that you get off of your lips as you're bringing air and sound waves to the lips is that some of those sound waves come back to the vocal folds and actually inject energy. They kind of energize the vocal folds and make it easier for them to vibrate and easier for you to be able to move from low to medium to high in the range of your voice. So it both warms up the vocal folds and the tissue and everything as it's moving, but it also allows you to then be able to get a good stretch on it if you start to move that range around. So both for singers to warm up, but also for those who have maybe felt like they've kind of beat up their voice a little bit from too much talking or from singing and over singing. This can be a great thing to do afterwards, even if after you've been sick, in order to help bring back your voice to health.
Yeah. Now, is there a right or wrong way to do a lip bubble? Can you make a mistake doing it?
You can make a mistake. The biggest mistake I see is when people are blowing too much air and making kind of a breathy sound. So if they went, if I were to open my lips, the sound that's actually being made is ah, ah. And so that's very breathy. There's a lot of air coming out. And then that's not really benefiting me that much. So the right way would be to make sure that you're getting a firm vibration from your vocal folds and and then I might take that up through my range, as opposed to and now I can't even keep the bubble going because there's too much air escaping.
Sure. Wow. What if someone can't do a lip bubble? Can everyone do it? Can everyone learn to do it if someone feels they can't?
I haven't seen someone yet not be able to do it with time, learning how to do it. I've seen, in fact, my wife used to do this.
Yeah.
And so with time, a long time actually for her, she started to get it by going and putting, because she has a very short lip here, and over time learned how to then be able to go. But typically, if people work at it, especially with a vocal coach, and you can try things like picking up the weight of your cheeks, and maybe trying it with a tongue trill first, or with So a different semi-occluded sound, and then going back to the lip bubble to see if you can transfer that feeling over. But I've never seen somebody not be able to do it with time.
Okay. Now I've seen people do it with no hands, with one hand, like, and then with two hands, which I can't do because I'm holding the camera.
Right.
Does it matter how you do the lip bubble?
I think it's just, sometimes it's personal preference. However, I've seen most people, if they pick up their cheeks either with one hand or two, often can get it faster. And then there also is sometimes a slight benefit to the picking up of the cheeks. It can make it a little bit easier. You don't have to push so hard to try and get the lips vibrating.
Yeah.
As well as it makes things a little bit longer here, which
Yeah.
can have some other nice effects on the voice.
Yeah. So where should I put my hands if I'm gonna?
I like to go to the jawline,
Yeah.
like there, and then just gently lift up. Not push this way,
Yeah.
and not pull back.
Okay.
But it's, not the face lift, but just like that. That's it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic. And now, if people want to connect with you or grab a lesson or find out more about Spencer Welch and your teaching, how can
Sure.
they do that?
SpencerWelch.com is my website, Spencer Welch Vocal Studio, and you can read some of my blogs there. You can read about the studio. I teach in-person lessons in Vancouver, and I also travel with IVA to do events. But also you can take lessons over Skype from wherever you are in the world. I have people in all 5 continents to take lessons with me that way. And so SpencerWelch.com.
Thank you so much. That's Welch, W-E-L-C-H. And thanks for sharing all things lip bubble. Be well, sing well, and see you next time.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you.